You would think spending $20 on yourself feels better than quietly giving it away. Researchers actually tested this exact idea directly, handing out real cash to strangers. The results actually surprised even the scientists who carefully designed the study. But there is a twist to this story that most people never hear about. A twist explaining why the exact same act of giving does not always work. Stick around, because the real answer is far stranger than the popular myth. So what did the original groundbreaking research actually manage to find out? First, let's honestly admit what most of us already believe about money. Most of us simply assume spending on ourselves is the safer path to joy. New shoes, a nice meal, a shiny upgrade, something you have wanted for weeks. Giving money away feels perfectly generous, but not exactly like a fun reward. It seems like a noble little sacrifice, not a genuine happiness upgrade for you. Self-care culture constantly whispers that treating yourself is always the smart move. Advertisements everywhere insist that buying something for yourself is basically self-love. This message gets repeated so often that it starts to feel like plain fact. So logically, spending money on yourself should win the happiness contest every time. But that tidy assumption is not exactly what the actual data quietly revealed. Back in 2008, 3 researchers decided to finally test this belief directly. Elizabeth Dunn, Lara Aknin, and Michael Norton designed a wonderfully simple little experiment. Participants each received either $5 or $20 to spend that day. Half the group was randomly told to spend the cash purely on themselves. The other half were instructed to spend it entirely on someone else instead. Later that same day, every single participant reported exactly how happy they felt. The people who gave their money away reported feeling noticeably happier that evening. Meanwhile, the self-spenders reported feeling about the same as they did that morning. Strangely, the actual amount of money barely changed this effect at all. Whether it was $5 or $20, giving still consistently felt better. This tiny study quickly became one of psychology's most famous, most quoted findings. But of course, the story did not simply stop with one single experiment. Researchers naturally wanted to know if this effect actually held up worldwide. So they ran similar studies in Canada and later expanded their work into India. They also tested that very same idea across South Africa and Uganda. These countries have wildly different economies, cultures, and vastly different average incomes. In every single place tested, giving still boosted people's reported happiness levels. This strongly suggests the effect is not merely a wealthy country illusion. Generosity seemed to lift mood across remarkably different economic and cultural conditions. Researchers even uncovered a fascinating feedback loop quietly hiding inside the data. Happier people naturally tend to give away more of their own money, and giving more money away seems to make them even happier afterward. It quietly becomes a self-reinforcing loop of generosity feeding pure joy. Give a little, feel a little better, and quietly want to give again. On paper, this all sounds like an incredibly tidy and satisfying story. But good science always loves to double-check even its favorite stories. Does this tidy finding actually manage to hold up under real scrutiny? Scientists eventually attempted to repeat the original experiment far more carefully. This time, they gathered a much larger and more diverse group of participants. Using that exact same original method, the happiness gap did not clearly appear. This was an uncomfortable result for such a beloved and widely shared finding. But the researchers did not simply stop after just one type of measurement. When they used a far more specific happiness measure, something interesting reappeared. The giving group showed a real, measurable happiness boost once again. So the effect seems genuinely real, just smaller and far more sensitive. It depends heavily on exactly how researchers choose to measure happiness itself. It is also worth remembering just how small the original study truly was. Only 46 total participants were split across 4 completely separate conditions. That is a fairly small sample size for such an enormous, sweeping claim. So the honest takeaway is far more careful than the viral headline version. Giving probably does boost happiness, but the surrounding context clearly matters a lot. Does the giver actually get to freely choose who receives their generosity? Can the giver actually witness the real, visible impact of their gift? Is there any genuine social connection between the person giving and receiving? These small details might genuinely explain why results vary between different studies. One closely related finding is especially well supported by a lot of later research. Seeing the actual, tangible impact of your gift makes giving feel far better. A personal connection to the receiver amplifies that warm feeling even further still. Anonymous, distant giving simply does not spark that same powerful emotional reward. So the missing ingredient was never really about the actual money at all. The real ingredient is connection, visible impact, and a sense of personal choice. So let us finally bring this entire story back together clearly. The famous claim that giving beats spending on yourself is actually real, but it is far more nuanced and complicated than the viral version suggests. It depends heavily on exactly how you give and to whom you give. It also depends on whether you can actually see the real difference it makes. So the real twist is not that the original research was simply wrong. The twist is that happiness from generosity is never truly automatic at all. It is something you can actually build into how you choose to give. Choose who you help, watch the real impact, and stay personally connected to them. Do that, and generosity might genuinely outshine any purchase you make for yourself. So here's the question we started this entire video with. Would you honestly rather spend $20 on yourself or on someone else? Type your honest answer down in the comments section right now. Give this video a like if the twist genuinely surprised you today. Next time, we explore why some gifts feel completely meaningless almost instantly.